Hi, sixth graders. So today we are going to look at positive and negative numbers on the number line. We're going to start out by talking about opposites and their values. So this lesson should go pretty quickly. So if you look at our two number lines, the first thing we're going to do is right in the middle, we're going to label 0. And same on the other number line, in the middle we're going to label 0. And we can label all the other tick marks with numbers 1 through 5. And then again with numbers 1 through 5 on our other number line. Now up until now, our number lines have looked kind of like this. They start at 0 and then they get bigger and bigger and bigger. But now that we're looking at negative numbers, we're going to start kind of going backwards, before 0. So our numbers are going to go backwards, -1, -2, -3, -4, -5. And then same with our other number line, -1, -2, -3, -4, -5. So once you've copied all of those down, I want you to start at 0. And I want you to move to the number 3. Think about how you did that. How did you get from, sorry, my paper is moving. How did you get from 0 to 3 on your number line? You moved yourself to the left, or sorry, to the right 3 spaces until you got to 3. Notice that as you move to the right, our numbers get bigger. Now if I asked you to start at 0 and go to -3, you're going to do the same thing, but you're going to go in the opposite direction until you get to -3. As you move to the left, our numbers get smaller. I want you to notice something about 3 and -3. If 0 is here, think about how many times you had to jump or how many spaces you had to move to get to each number. To get to -3, we move to the left 1, 2, 3 times. To get to +3, we move to the left or to the right, 1, 2, 3 times. -3 and +3 are opposite on the number line. So remember that anything to the left of 0 is a negative number, means that it is less than 0. Anything to the right is positive, it's greater than 0. Now I want you to find a number, pick any number on the number line. I'm going to use my vertical number line this time. And I'm going to choose 4. I'm going to write what number I chose, 4. Now I want you to find the opposite. Write the opposite down for number 2. I want you to think about what you had to do in your brain to figure out what the opposite was. Did you add a negative sign? Did you move the same number of jumps? However you determined what the opposite of your number was, go ahead and write that down. Sorry, my paper keeps moving underneath my dry erase. And we're not going to worry about 3, 4, and 5 at the bottom. I am, however, going to take a look at your independent practice pages very quickly. So your independent practice page looks like this. it's giving you kind of a list of things to do. So if you want to, you can print out more number lines online, or you can draw them on a piece of paper. So on your number line, you're going to create a scale, or just label your number line in order so that you can plot these these 3 points: -2, -4, -6. Then you'll find each opposite and give me a short little sentence explaining how you found them. Then number 2 is a word problem. Number 3, you're creating a number line to graph the numbers -12 through +12. And I want you to think about and write a short thing about what does each tick mark or each one of these lines represent. Number 4, choose an integer or a number between -5 and -10. Label it R on your number line that you made for the previous problem, and then answer the following questions. What number is the opposite of R? Label it Q. What positive integer, or find a positive integer that is greater than Q and label it T. Find a negative integer greater than R and label it S. A negative integer less than R and label it U. And any integer between R and Q and label it V. And you have a couple of questions. Will the opposite of a positive always, sometimes, or never be a positive number? And explain why. Will the opposite of 0 always, sometimes, or never be 0? That's something I want you to think about. What is the opposite of 0? And will the opposite of a number always, sometimes, or never be greater than that number itself? Explain why you think that, and try to think of an example that supports your reason. Before I let you go, I will give you your secret word to write at the top of your guided practice. Our secret word today is an ice hockey term, deke. D-E-K-E, deke. Write this at the top of your page. Circle it, draw a box around it, put a star next to it, whatever you need to do to make sure that I see it and I know that it's there. And then you also have an exit ticket. All 3 of these pages, your guided practice, your independent practice, and your exit ticket, will all be submitted together on Canvas. If you have any questions or you want me to go through it again with you, please let me know. Send me an email, or you can contact Miss Sally. Have a fantastic day, 6th graders.